African dance systems in general, and Mandinka dance systems specifically, are valuable tools for gaining insight into the culture and history of Africa. They are called dance systems because they include all items and people that contribute to the conveyance of the message that the dance is narrating. The attire the dancers are wearing, drummers and other musicians and their attire, the props, the instruments, and the location the dance is performed in are all parts of the dance system. African dance systems are replete with representations of the physical, social, and political environment they exist in. They are a compilation of the philosophy that drives the society. They transcend language. They speak not only to the intellect, but to the emotions and the spirit of all who experience them. Appropriately, Mandinka dance systems depict the worldview of the people that gave birth to them and continues to give them life. The dance circle represents life and continuity. It exists as a result of the physical location of drummers and spectator dancers. Unlike a physical object, without the dance event, the dance circle would not exist. The fluid movement in and out of the circle by spectators who become dancers and then spectators again represent the cycles of the harvest, the seasons, and the circle of life. The dance circle can be witnessed in countless areas of life in Senegambia. As a result, it becomes apparent that the symbology, the language, and the body movements inherent in Mandinka dance are not restricted to the dance arena. They convey history, ideas about the cosmos, cultural change and continuity, and the mental disposition of their progenitors and their practitioners. In the early 1950s, a significant development occurred in the Mandinka dance world. At the behest of Master Jolly Keita Fodeba, the African dance ballet format was born. Although the root steps of traditional Mandinka dances were retained, several changes were adopted. For instance, breaks or signals that the drummers used to communicate with the dancers were added to the drumming techniques.
This is a break. First break to start, second break to change. You look side.
Because the dance event on the stage is removed from the spectator-dancer phenomenon of the village does not exist. For the dancers to reconnect with the audience, the auxiliary dance movements had to become more spectacular in an effort to allure the audience's sensibilities to the stage, and more specifically to the dancers, to create a rapport. However, in the midst of all the changes the ballet format brought with it, many continuities still permeated the dance systems. For example, the dancer-drummer bond is retained. This is an intuitive connection between the dancer who executes root steps while creating original auxiliary dance movements and the lead drummer who is accenting the dancer's steps in real time. Despite all the changes that came with the new ballet format, this relationship continues to exist whether on stage or in the village. Despite the harrowing and disruptive occurrences of slavery, colonialism, and modernity, age-old continuities can still be witnessed in contemporary representations of Mandinka dance systems. For instance, the secrets of fire eating in Mandinka dance systems are passed from generation to generation and can still be observed today in Senegambia. Fire-eating dances occur when an epic event is necessary in order to break a tenacious or detrimental cycle or to bring about a life-altering transition. Fire-eating dances were and are used for healing lingering ailments, to rid an area of negative influences, or to usher youth into adulthood, among other things. When used as primary sources, African dance systems in general, and Mandinka dance systems in particular, place Africa and Africans at the center of the historical process. They convey and amplify the understanding that African people are agents of change and architects of their own history. For clarity, richness, details, and accuracy with regard to the experiences and history of Africa and Africans, scholars should and must consult African-derived cultural sources such as African dance systems for writing African history.